YouTube Trailer Park News Part 4 or 5, I don't even know. You're a little triggered today, Denise.
But the predator poachers, so this is what's going on. So now Ed Stairs is in this live stream with Kim Arnott declaring war. I mean, he's named me. He's putting up phone numbers. He did not get my number right. I don't know what that number was he put up.
I didn't put up your phone number. Why do you lie? Can't you read? You claim to be this eloquently educated woman, and you're so full of crap. He was putting up joke numbers like you give out to somebody, you go out on a date, and you don't like the guy, you give him the rejection hotline. He was giving out pre-recorded joke numbers that are commercially available, Denise. He wasn't doxing anyone. My God, what is wrong with you?
They're putting up people's phone numbers or different kinds of phone numbers. Whatever they're doing, it's not clear. They're naming people. And this was part of the discussion that was going on earlier is when Ed Stairs was part of this discussion about using language. So they say that if somebody's ordering a pizza, they're actually saying something sexual.
I'm really starting to think you're working with Urban. I'm really starting to think so. How much did he pay you? Is it worth it, Denise? You talk about karma court? Oh, I'll pay for a front row seat for that.
And trying to get police to accept that as show cause, good cause to go investigate somebody for pedophilia. And, that gang's been doing that for at least 6 months. I mean, it's been ridiculous. Well, now they've got to the stage, Ed Stairs is at the stage now where he's sicking the people out. There's a guy in Houston with the News Now networks. Those are the cop stalkers. And the predator poachers and the cop stalkers are working together to attack real police, to abuse real private citizens. The cop stalker in Houston, guy named James Freeman, was down here in Corpus Christi stalking people who go onto the Naval Air Station, trying to get the license plates. And this is what they do. The cop stalkers, Aaron Cox, Sugar.
Made roll call. I'm not a cop stalker, Denise. I dated a cop for 4 years. Kiss my ass.
These people, they get this information and they traffic it to the predator poachers. The predator poachers then...
I don't even watch predator poachers, Denise. Where the hell... You are so full of shit, lady, and you want to... Karma court is coming your way. Your wish is going to happen. You ain't going to like what happens at karma court, though. Because your karma ain't looking real good right now.
Start harassing the family. Ed Stairs.
I cannot believe you would associate me with something like that. You don't even know me. You have a lot of balls. No, you don't even have balls. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You're just grasping at straws trying to trigger people. And I've had it. You say horrible things about people that are not true. You throw names in. I know you're paid, Denise. This is too similar. Same script, different characters. Denise, I've been around for so many damn years. I can see it a mile away. And you know what? You are stinking. You are stinking dirty.
This is part of harassing families around Houston. And don't worry, police are discussing this. No, this is not, I'm not just making a video.
I'd be happy to speak to him about it, Denise. Go for it. Yeah, all these police calls you make, and they get nowhere. You know why? Because you're full of crap, and they know it. You're a habitual 911 abuser. That has been documented and proven. SDNY.org. Have a good day.
About this, but I am making this video because I know the police can only do certain things. Number one. Number two, right now police departments have their hands full, especially in Houston. And
so then why do you have to bother them? Oh, that's right, because it's all about you.
Especially down here near the border. We don't need to be adding to that, but at the same time we need to be reporting legitimate things that are being done by these crime gangs and people like Ed Stairs. I mean, he's openly working with this group. He's coming after me because I pointed out when, Clovis Harmon was part of this whole thing with that Missouri.
Can I ask you a question? Why, when Clovis tries to come on your channel to defend herself, you don't let her? Why? Because you are full of crap. Nothing to back up what you say. Read your script. Get your $5 from Fiverr or whatever you're making there. Buy your twisted tea and drink yourself into oblivion.
And back then they looked at it and, put a stop to it. I heard that the woman and her husband moved out of Houston, went back to Missouri. Really ticked off at me because they thought they could come into Texas and it was going to be easier to run their scam here because Texas is a little more laissez-faire than what they were facing up there in Missouri. Well, it ain't that laissez-faire.
Did you practice this in the mirror before you started? Or do you just like do this off the hip? No, actually, I know you don't. You got your talking points in front of you, which is why you won't interview anybody because you don't have your talking points to answer questions quick enough because you know you're visually impaired, so you can't read fast. Is my guess. Yeah. Because you know that this is not data that you truly believe in. This is data that was given to you to put out into the metasphere, and you're not very good at this.
Okay. Yeah, it is. And Zakia, one thing they never really plan for are people like me who they underestimate. Oh, crazy old lady, let's go after her. And then they don't realize that by coming after me, and by me, after talking with a few people about what to do about this, we made a decision. Take them on. They can't
Take them on. Look at that. Look at that. So fake.
do anything to me. They can hurt a lot of the people they're going after. They can't hurt me. I don't own anything that they're taking. See, one of the things they do.
You think you're judgment proof. That's what it is, Denise. You don't realize you can be sanctioned off the internet where you're not allowed to use social media. That can happen. It can happen. I've seen it happen. So keep going, Denise.
Is they blackmail people into real estate and lawsuit settlements and stuff like that. They can't do that to me.
No, you think you're judgment proof, so you can say whatever you want about people without. No, Denise. You know what? I could say so much. I don't need to. You're burying yourself here.
Don't have children in the school system that they can get after. They're already naming each other's children. They've used each other's children to blackmail each other. And if
I haven't seen that. The only person I've seen talk about children is you.
more people like me, you assess. Don't do what I'm doing if you have a family, or you still need to get to the point where you can get your pension from your job. Don't sacrifice those things for the sake of speaking out. But people who get ticked off at this, look at yourselves carefully and say, okay, they can touch this, they can't touch that. I will speak up.
So we're going to hire an old lady that thinks she's judgment proof to commit, slander and defamation, which is a crime, Denise. Dead or in jail? Careful what you wish for. Karma has a way of bouncing back. I don't wish you dead or in jail, but, energy is all around us. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be manipulated and moved around. So you throw out energy like that, and it's going to hit a brick wall and bounce right back at you, in my opinion.
Because all I have to do is get people to recognize the patterns. Recognize who the people are so that when predator poachers...
I recognize the pattern. I just said that earlier. See? Tells on herself.
Or the cop watch people try to persuade you that they're doing good things for a good cause. You can step back and say, wait a minute. Yeah, I agree that there's a problem with the corrupt police departments, and I agree there's a problem with pedophilia. But that doesn't mean that that's what these people are addressing. And one of the things they're angry at me about is that I spoke about that case in Houston, and I spoke about the ongoing gang, and I described the ways in which there are things people can do legally to destroy other people, and that's what these gangs are doing. And if we start recognizing it, you know better than to report to the police that somebody just called you a bunch of names. That's not a crime. But you point out that...
It depends what the names are, Denise. And in Arizona, it is a crime. The cyber-stalking laws in Arizona are quite, because I live in Arizona and in Houston now. I live in both states. I travel between the two. And I go a few other places. But generally, for work, I am between Houston and Arizona now. I'll be back in Houston this week. I just had to come see my daddy for Father's Day. You know how that goes.
The extortion aspect of it. That you're expected to turn your entire YouTube business, which YouTube is big business. You put up a crazy cat video, funny cat video that gets 1,000 hits a month, and it stays up for 10 years.